All Blacks in Italy, folks, 29 points to 11. All Blacks get the win in what was a pretty scrappy game there over in Turin. Pretty cold, slippery ball, and a lot of drop ball, a lot of scrums. All Blacks never really looked like losing this one. Italy did go out to an early lead, but 4 tries to 1 is comfortable enough without looking convincing. I mean, I don't want to say maybe not convincing is a bit harsh, but I don't know. I think the expectations would have probably been a little bit higher. But as I said, the conditions were kind of tough in the cold. Scrum certainly got on top big time. The Italians will be a little bit frustrated with their inability to punish when they'd had kind of man advantage. All Blacks discipline continues to be a bit of an issue with a couple of yellows. But yeah, it's a win. End the tour with a win. TJ goes off on a high. Sam Cane goes off on a high. We'll go through some of the key events and the stats, and I'm going to go over and lie down because my daughter's been sharing her bugs and I'm still not 100% either. TJ led the haka, which was pretty cool. Good atmosphere at the stadium in Turin. Crowd was really getting into it once the haka concluded, and then All Blacks scrum went to work, man. First penalty goes New Zealand's away from scrum time, and that would certainly become a theme for this game. It's been a pretty good area of strength, especially in this game, but yeah, recently as well. Although we did lose the resulting line out, which kind of was a missed chance. And yeah, then Italy actually managed to put in a decent amount of territorial pressure in New Zealand. Kept them in their own half, kicked to 50-22. Eventually All Blacks gave away a penalty. Italy slotted it, 3 points to 0. New Zealand got one in reply from the breakdown, 3 points apiece. New Zealand obstruction from the restart. Another Italy penalty, 6 points to 3. So a bit of penalty exchange. But overall, the game was struggling to really go like 5 phases. Can anybody go 5 phases before we make errors? A lot of the time, no. Will Scott Barrett do something which gives away a yellow card? It's always a question. In this game, yes. He gives away a yellow card for a croc roll, which they are policing with a bit of a laser focus this year, or at least in this Autumn Nation series. So, yeah, 19 minutes, Scotty Barrett, the captain, off into the bin. What can the Italians do with this man advantage? Well, they can concede the first try of the game. They will be particularly disappointed with this 10-minute period because they conceded a penalty at the breakdown. The All Blacks went for a line-out, mauled it, phases. We actually managed to go through a few phases. And then basically it's just missed tackle since Roy got through. He's a hard guy to bring down. He's a big physical 9. But you got to do better than that. 10 points to 6. All Blacks in front. Yellow card period finishes with a 7-0 All Blacks win in the yellow card period. So pretty disappointing for the Italians. And then 38 minutes, we have one of the kind of more slick periods of play where you got Barrett, Satiti, Will Jordan showed some gas, and then Monty Ioane had a couple of tackles, both on Jordan to bring him down, and then on, I think, Satiti passing to Jordan again, which shut down a try. The crowd absolutely loved that because they hadn't had a lot to cheer about in terms of like attacking play. But there was a second All Blacks try before half-time. Will Jordan line break. Builds through some phases, and Roygaard close, Taleo close, and eventually Will Jordan continues his try-scoring record and, yeah, bags one before halftime. So 17-6 at halftime. All Blacks have had 63% possession, 64% territory, 270 metres to 91. 5 clean breaks to 1, and the Italians have had to make 105 tackles to 36. So it's largely been about the All Blacks, but like I mentioned, it's been hard to get through phases without errors. Second half, we get a bit more TMO with Tuipulotu's big hit on old Sebastian and penalty only for him because there were a couple of tackles involved. It was a slightly high shot. And I feel like this is an area where the All Blacks will look back with a bit of pride as maybe kind of a game changing. I know we end up giving away a second yellow card, which is pretty frustrating, but there's a bunch of Italian phases, more than 10, initiated by a couple also line break. We gave away a penalty. The Italians went again. They mauled it. Our defence held. We got advantage again. 5-metre line out. The Italians go again. Then ALB gets yellow carded for the too many penalties conceded. They went again. And then that mauled defence held to the point where we got a turnover. The turnover, well, unplayable. So the turnover there led to a scrum. The scrum was a penalty and we were able to exit. So heaps of pressure for more than a few minutes, and the All Blacks defence holds. So Italy's inability to score there, especially when we got a yellow card, especially when they had so much pressure, is a big tick for the ABs. Yellow card period ends. We don't even concede any points. And then Italy get the yellow card warning for conceding too many penalties at scrum time. And it was interesting to see the All Blacks actually go for the jugular in that regard. We went through 14 phases in their half, got advantage, and when they went back for the penalty, opted for the scrum, knowing their prop is on yellow card warning, and then they got him yellow carded. Ferrari goes off yellow carded for just too many penalties at scrum time. So pleasing for the All Blacks to show that kind of killer instinct. Can we score in the yellow card? Well, they went wide to Will Jordan. At one point, he popped it off the ground only to hit the head of Bricks, which went into touch. So no score, but finally we did manage to get kind of it was a scrappy try for Talia. Basically a wide ball that hits the grass, and then Bodie picks it up, shovels it wide to Talia. So it wasn't what they meant to do, but it worked. They got it wide, so 24-6. It's definitely game over. Although the Italians did get one through Menoncello from basically just from a high ball that Talia couldn't field, bobbled around. Italians pounce on it. Menoncello is able to take the support line from Zanon and get a try. The crowd really loved that. They did get to see a try before full time. That being said, as they were chasing the game, they gave away a really soft one, playing it quick from their own goal line, chipping it, and Bodie Barrett just ran straight back at them and scored a try. So yeah, it finishes 29-11 with the misconversion. As I said, pretty scrappy, but it's enough. It's enough to send the All Blacks boys back here to New Zealand on something of a high. Turnover conceded is 18-15, so a lot of drop ball in this game. Penalty counts relatively high, 13-11, and 3 cards. So yeah, that's what I mean by it was a bit scrappy. I mean, the All Blacks finished with 55% possession, 59% territory. Run meters was 452 to 211. So they dominate all the key stats. 31 defenders beaten to 9. 9 clean breaks to 3. The Italians tackled at 81%, which is always going to be too low against the All Blacks. The All Blacks were at 91%, which I think, as I said, goes back to that key period at the start of the second half where they held out for a large Italian period of pressure. Will Jordan, man of the match, 66 metres, gets a try. Menoncello, 49 metres, couple turnovers, one from him. Bodie Barrett beats 5 defenders. Ross Vincent for Italy, 21 tackles. But yeah, I don't think the All Blacks critics over here in New Zealand and the media will be talking too many good points about this game, because it was a wee bit scrappy. But anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts on the game. We'll go for a lie down, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.